Welcome back, sports fans. In this segment, I'm going to discuss what I believe Darrell Bevell's future is going to be with the Detroit Lions. Obviously, Darrell Bevell wasn't able to coach last week due to the coronavirus outbreak within the team and the fact that he had some contact tracing and had to sit out of last week's game, which created the mess in part that was created. That aside, I'm not holding him accountable to a high degree for that, though I would have liked for him to have taken more precautions to be sure so that didn't happen, and it would have been prudent of him to do that. But based on the 3 games he's coached so far, and obviously I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, I liked the way he coached the first 2 games. I'm not just saying that about the first game because the Lions won. He coached pretty well against the Packers, though there were a few things I disagreed with him on, which I stated at the time. It was the Titans game, though, that started changing things for me a little bit. I don't like the fact that the special teams coach got fired because of a fake punt that didn't work. I think a fake punt in that situation was a good call. The fact that it didn't work should not get somebody fired. It was an aggressive call. I liked the special teams coach that was there. I thought that was a mistake if that was Darrell Bevell's decision. If it wasn't, then I apologize to him. But a lot changed from that. The Lions gave up 1 more point to the Buccaneers without him in there than they did against the Titans. And I'm not saying that the Lions would have beaten the Buccaneers if Darrell Bevell would have been on the sideline. However, things would have been a lot better, and maybe Matt Stafford wouldn't have sustained another injury, and certainly I think the Lions would have lost by less than 40 points. I think regardless of what he does tomorrow and what happens, I think he already wrote his future when what happened with the coronavirus outbreak within the team occurred. And he gave the Lions a very, very convenient out to not bring him back. However, if he's not back, he will be somewhere in the NFL for sure. I don't know if it'll be as a head coach, but he will be somebody's offensive coordinator. He's too good a coordinator to not have a job somewhere. That's for sure. With that having been said, there's a small possibility he may return, but I think the Lions are going to clean house. And normally I would say that they say it's either the coaches, the front office that go, or it's the players. I think this is going to be a thorough house cleaning. I think it's going to be very surprising, perhaps even to me, and I don't rule that out, that there will be players who are let go that we will all be surprised by. And I don't know who those players will be. And I'll have more for that when I go over things, and I'll talk about that more in next week's episode. But I just think that this is going to be a very, very thorough house cleaning, perhaps more so than even 2008. And that needed to be an extremely thorough house cleaning. And then, of course, there'll be the issue of whether Matt Stafford's back or not. If Matt Stafford's not coming back, which I'm not certain he's going to, he may. But regardless of that, I just would not bring Darrell Bevell in. I think there are people who can coach the Lions better than he can. Not saying there haven't been head coaches in the Lions that have been worse than Darrell Bevell, certainly, but I do see them going in a different direction. In the next segment, I will share my prediction with you for tomorrow's game and have a few thoughts on that. Stay tuned to the Detroit Lions tomorrow on Ed's Sports Channel.